everyone, it's Sophie here again from Simply For You. Thanks for joining us with the part 2 of our journal. So just a quick reminder, I'm just making this journal cover for the signatures of coffee journal that I've made. It was part of my 60th year journal, which was way too big, too thick, couldn't close it anymore, so I decided to pull it out and make a journal all by itself. So what I've done, I've gone ahead and I've put the papers on the inside. I've just cut them to fit. I'm not giving you measurements for these because it will depend on the size of your journal. I've just left a small gap all the way around. I've put extra binding in the middle, extra paper on the middle binder, and then I've also put this washi tape on just to give a bit more decoration. That's all I've done to the inside. What we're going to do now is do the pockets, all the pockets and the lift outs. So what I've done for the pockets is I've got these two. So one will go in the front like so, and one will go in the back. Well, sorry, front, back. Let's get that right. Don't worry that they're exactly the same because, we're going to decorate them and that's all the fun bit. But at the minute, we're not doing too much decorating. We're just putting everything on and then we'll sort it out afterwards. So these pockets, so they will be pockets, measure 5 and a quarter. This one's 5 and a quarter by almost 2. This one's 5 and a quarter by same 2. Okay, so there you go. So they're the same size, so they will go front and back. These ones I've grabbed from another piece of packaging, like this one. It came from the Shapes, which are just savoury biscuits, and I've left this on as the fold. So I've cut that to size. I've cut it to size, but left this little bit because they're really hard to score, because they're quite thick. So I thought, well, I'll just leave it as the fold because it's already folded. So why cut it off? And this measures, let's see, or just almost 8.5 inches by 5.5 inches, and the little fold over here, if you want to score your own, is roughly 7/8 of an inch. And then all I've done is I've decorated, put backing on the back of it with what do you call it, just the normal brown paper. And then I've got this very light paper from Stamperia, and I've put that over the top. And I've done the same with this one. This one will be a flip fold, and I've put things on the back. And this one will be a side fold. And with that one, I've just put that for the time being. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to, before we glue these or put these into our journal, we're going to decorate them up a little bit. Now, I do like my journals looking a little bit vintagey. So what I'm going to do first and foremost is I'm just going to ink it up with a little bit of Vintage Photo. And just excuse me for a minute, what I will do is get some paper. Just to put underneath so that it doesn't, get on my board. Is that a main shot? Yes. So what I'm going to do to begin with is just on the corners, just to age it a little bit. I'm not going to do a lot of it. As you can see, I tore a little bit here, but that's okay. I actually don't mind that. It kind of adds to the vintagey look anyhow. So I'm just going to do this all the way around. I could have rounded the corners, and in all honesty I did try, but it's just a little bit too thick with the corner rounders that I've got, so I didn't. And I just want to say, don't worry if things tear or, you know, one, they're always fixable, and secondly, it just adds to the character of your journal. You don't want the journals, well, you might not, you know, you might not want the journals looking brand new. You might want them to have a bit of, excuse me, texture, in which case that works just fine. So that's all I'm going to do to that one. This one, I'm going to do the same. Just on the corners. You know, just to give it a little bit of a worn look. That's all I'm doing. So how's everyone getting along? Did you actually have a go at making the journal cover, or have you done this before? And just looking at different ideas and a bit more inspiration. I've come to the point where I've watched quite a few journaling makes now that I like to go my own way and do my own thing. It's great to get ideas from everyone. There we go. All right. So that's enough for that one. So that was with the Distress Ink Vintage Photo. Okay, so now what we're going to do is just do a little bit of inking. Not a lot, but I'm going to do it with my archival ink. This is a permanent waterproof ink, so I know it's not going to smudge, you know, if anything happens to it. So this first stamp that I have here is from a Stamperia collection. So I'm not even going to use a block. I'm just going to dab it here. It doesn't matter at the end of the day where you put it or not put it. It's just giving it a little bit more character. I'm going to do the same, oh, excuse me, I'm going to do the same on this one. So how's everyone's day been? I've had a great day at home. It's been a really hard couple of weeks at work. But there's more to come, but it's good to actually get some craft in. I've kind of lost my mojo a little bit, to be honest, and like I mentioned in the last video, I think it's just because, I don't know, I might have been doing things that I really wasn't all that keen on, and just, I don't know. But this journal making, I absolutely love it. Okay, so I'm just going to put some numbers on now. This is from Lou Collins Textures stamps. Absolutely love her textures. She's got some great stamps. So again, I'm just going to go random. I'm just adding a few numbers. And it just adds a little bit of texture and, you know, to your work. Okay, that's that one. Let's have a go with this one now. I really do enjoy the vintage look. I also like a bit of wacky, and I like a bit of shabby chic. So, you know, it just depends how I feel at the time. But at the minute, I'm feeling very vintagey. So there we go. And then the last thing that we're going to do is do a little bit of stenciling. Now I've got my texture paste here from Ranger, and I'm going to use this one, which I think is an old Stampin' Up one. I'm not sure. Don't know if I'm going to use that one. No, I don't think I am. I'm going to use this one. This is a Stamperia one. I'm going to use the spots. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. And again, I'm just going to, you know, put it wherever. I'm not going to be too fussy. I just really like giving my my projects a bit of texture. And if you actually watch Vicky P, I'll call her, I can't say her last name, Vicky, yeah. She's fabulous. She's got some amazing projects, beautiful journaling. She does mixed media like no one else. It's just amazing. What if we put some lines down here? What do you think of that? Just for something different. Yeah, not sure, eh? Don't know. I think that looks all right. There we go. That's that one. Now I'm just going to take that off from there. And what we'll do is we'll go over that with ink once it's dry. And I'll go ahead and do this one. Actually, before I do, I'm just going to... See, there's this little bit of white... Actually, no, I'm not going to. I'm going to leave it because I'm probably going to put something there anyways. All right. Okay, so there we go. Just going to put some spots up there. No rhyme or reason to what we're doing. Just go with the flow. Go with where it takes you. Don't be afraid. That's the main thing. Just go with it. Okay, so what I will do is I will wash those stencils a bit later. Now we'll just, really we should wait for that to dry, but we don't have time to do that. So let's grab our journal cover, put my lid on my paste, and we're going to glue them down. So what we're going to do, I'm going to grab this one first, and it's going to go on the front. You know what, I'm just going to dry it real quick because knowing me, I'm a bit clumsy. I'm going to end up smudging it. There we go. All right, I'm still going to try not to put my fingers on it. See how we go. So just putting some down here, like so. The edges is what's really important because this is going to be going through a lot of lifting and all of that. So going to put that there like so. Make sure this is the front. Yep. So I'm leaving just a little border up the top and one on the side, so we've got a little bit of a border here, a little bit of a border up there. We'll hold that down. What we might do is I might just put a clip and hopefully that will hold down. All right, and then we'll put this one on. This is a much larger one. we put the glue all around it as well. Now for the signature, I'm going to do, I think, Midori style binding, which is a blind binding, but yeah, we'll see. I'm not 100% sure on how I'm going to bind the signature in, but we'll just go with the flow, hey? We're not really up to that part yet. So again, with this one, I'm going to give it a little bit of a border everywhere. Oh, sorry, I'm out of shot. I've got glue on my fingers. Alright, so what I'm going to do again is I'm going to put a bit of a clip. It's not quite straight. Just going to put a clip now. You can see that as it dries, the texture paste is actually blending in, but it's still giving it some texture. See that? What do you think? All right, and now what we're going to do are the pockets. So we'll just put that to one side and we'll get our pockets out. I'm not sure if I'll be able to. Let's see if I can put a little notch hole. Actually, I could do it with this one. See, it's very thick because I've used oh, I think I got myself in strife with this one. Hopefully I haven't torn it. There we go. It's just because it's thick. It's not really in the middle, but that's okay. That's me all over anyhow. Can never get anything in the middle, can I? Or straight. Never mind. It gives it some texture. There we go. Gives it some, you know, doesn't matter. Don't knock yourself, you know, just because it's not in the middle or it's not straight. We can always fix it. You can cover it up. You can, you know, whatever needs to be done. So those notches worked, which is good. And just to keep with the theme of what we've just done, I'm not going to do any stenciling on this one, but I think I will put some prints down, you know, just some inking. So let's have a look. We'll get our archival ink back again. And like I said, we will do some extra bits and pieces on these as well, but I won't do those until later. So this just keeps it a little bit uniform. So it's going down in the same vein as our cover, or not our cover, but you know, our flip part that we've just done. And then what I'll do is some writing. I don't even know if it's the right way round, but you know what? It doesn't matter. See, so it's given it a little bit of a facelift, bit of character. There we go. Get rid of these, get rid of that. And hopefully this has dried. Has it dried? Yes, it seems to have dried. Now, have you seen the mistake that I've made? I've made 2 pockets to go down here, haven't I? Well, I guess I could still do it because I haven't put this up high enough. That was silly. But I could do it like that. Not sure I like that, to be honest. Or I could put it here. You know, in a little bit. Or I could put it there. Who says I can't do that? Oh, sorry, I'm out of shot again. So what should I do? Should I put it here? Or I could put it here. Although it's a bit long for that. I could put it here. And cover it up. Or I could put it, I think I'm going to put it here. Or I could just put it down the bottom as intended. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm actually going to put it here. Yeah, now that's I'm a bit annoyed with myself for doing that. I wonder if I cut a little piece off. Then I could put it in here and close it up, which I think would be better. You know what? I'm going to do that. See? I wasn't thinking. I made a mistake, but we can fix it. Everything's always fixable. So I'm just going to take a bit off that. But to even it up, I'm going to take a bit off this side as well. Oh, let's see. Let's see. Line shot. Yep, see now that fits nicely in there. I like that better. Actually, it looks fine. I'm just going to ink where I've cut things. Okay. Oh, I didn't put my pen back in the glue, but that's okay. It seems to be working. This is art glitter glue in here. And if you're not careful with the art glitter glue, it can very easily dry up in the nib. Now I'm going to have to be very careful. I'm far away from the fold, so that's good. My fingers are full of ink, so I'm going to be putting ink everywhere. But that's all right. Okay. There we go. So then we've got our little pocket in here to tuck things in, but we need just to let it dry. All right. Now I don't really want to close it because I don't want to close that pocket. So this one is fine. So this one will actually go. This one will go on this side. I'm going to put that one down here, like so. So again, just flip that up. And we're going to put glue on 3 sides. Here, here, and here. So I just want to make sure that I've got it the same, that it's not poking out from the edges of the flip down. Here we go. And there we go. So that's what we've done today. We're going to do more to these later, but so far today this is what we've got. So we've got our cover, we've got the 2 flip outs, one flips up, one flips across, with a pocket on this side and a pocket in here. All right guys, that's it for today. Part 3 will be doing our cover and something on the back and also the spine. And then part 4 we'll be putting it all in together. So I hope you're enjoying this little series. I'm trying not to make them too long. And we'll see you next time. Thanks guys. See ya. Bye.